On one of my trips to China, we had the opportunity to tour an orphanage, and the people were wonderfully welcome, and they were telling us these stories about how good their children were. When we entered the orphanage, we were greeted by just this very eerie silence. But the reality was, as these kids had learned through days and weeks and months of neglect, that their cries really meant nothing. So these children then trained themselves to not cry, to not ask for help. And in those moments, it just really became apparent that not only did there need to be more advocacy for these children, and most of these children had special needs, that the placement was just the first part of them getting into a family. That once they were in their families, that they would need so much more than just love. My name is Jaclyn Skalnik, and I founded Adoption Wellness. And Adoption Wellness is in the community to fill a gap for post-adoption services for foster and adoptive families. When people ask me what I do for work or for a living, and I tell them a little bit about Adoption Wellness, it really starts well before that. So myself being adopted as a baby into an international transracial family, I knew what it was like. I experienced firsthand some of the challenges, but also the joys. Adoption Wellness is made up of professionals that are people of color themselves, also that have been adopted themselves and or are adoptive parents. And that personal connection for not just myself, but everyone who's connected to Adoption Wellness, we really think is that key to making individuals who are in foster care or who are adopted to really feel heard. I'm very particular about who I will choose to partner with. My main goal is to provide services to adopted kids and their families, period. And so when I first got connected with the coalition, I really loved that they really had this non-agency, unbiased, basically the same idea of we're just here to support these kiddos and their families. They're not, just on one side of the adoptive parents. And so I started really with them just providing some training for their staff. And then it turned into providing webinars for their pre-adoptive families and their post-adoptive families. And that's really where my heart is. I love parents, I love all the adults, but working with children who are in such a vulnerable place with so many feelings, the coalition really supported that, and I felt like we were on the same page of providing services. Because of their breadth of resources, they just don't, send you down one way. They have lots of different options. So that's been really helpful. I think as a human being, we really want all people to feel like they're contributing in some way. And so part of me felt like I didn't really want to be recognized. I think the more we can broaden our world, the more diverse we can make it in any opportunity, it's better for all kids.